Well, it isn't a next-gen console, but it's at least something. More in a moment. Hello, my fellow gamer nuts. It is I, Greg, better known as the Video Game Nut, back with you with the unboxing and playthrough of the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Edition, which just released recently. I just got it in from Amazon. I honestly cannot wait to unbox this thing and show it off to you guys. As well as with that, I also have the Club Nintendo Game & Watch reissue that we are going to compare it to as well. So, the first thing you guys can obviously see is, well, the box. It is really nice and detailed. It has a really nice 1-1 overlay on the front, and then on the back shows you all the games you have. Super Mario 1, The Lost Levels, which is Mario 2 in Japan, the original Game & Watch ball with a overlay of Mario, as well as, of course, the clock. You guys can see it also has Bowser's Castle on the back. This is a official Nintendo product. It has, of course, the old logo and whatnot. But the interesting thing is that a good part of this case is actually just a plastic protector. You guys can see that I'm just expanding it right now a little bit. Right over here, it's a little slit. That is the cardboard box. It is nice and sealed up by this adhesive tape, in which I am going to have to battle with that to get this thing out of the box. So I'll be back with that in just a moment. Alright, so now that's out of the way. I had to trim both sides with a little hair trimmer. We're gonna slide this thing out, and inside reveals artwork of the original Game & Watch ball, the very first one. So I have the original right here as well. Just compare. You guys can see that Mario is playable now compared to, well, Mr. Game & Watch. So it's a nice little nostalgic throwback. Then on the back, you guys can see the princess and Toad were blocked by Bowser and his little lava pit of doom. So now as with that, let us unbox this thing. It says, special thanks to you, with the little Game & Watch Mario and Luigi. So let us take this out of the packaging. You got your little USB-C charging cable for the unit, as well as with that. Of course, the unit is inside here. You guys can see it a little bit. It says Game & Watch. Almost, it says the watch part at least. And then the Game & Watch user guide. This is essentially the instructions. It's gonna like expand out into other languages. Has English, French, and Spanish to go by. So basically, power button is on the side, as well as a USB-C, which you can plug into a wall outlet. There's a health and safety bull crap, but of course you guys do not want to see that. Alright, so as for the USB-C cable, that just comes in a plastic bag. It's just a little piece of tape. And here we are. It says Nintendo on it. This is basically kind of like the one, if you were to get like that Pokeball Plus controller, it would come with a really short USB-C. This unit does work with other USB-Cs, but this is just the one they packed in. Nice and short. And now as for the unit itself, it comes in this little piece of cardboard. Just have to pull this back. We're gonna slide this out carefully. And there we are, Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. So, you guys can see the D-pad, the A and B buttons, the games, times, pause, and select. USB-C, and the power button on the back. Got your FCC warnings and whatnot. A little bit of a blockage, but then on the side right over here is your speaker. So now for the comparison. I'm not going to turn on the games just yet, but just judging by the outside aesthetics, you guys can obviously see there is a size difference already between the new version that just dropped as well as the old one, or the 2011 Club Nintendo reissue as I have. The rubber buttons are pretty much the same material as well as all the game buttons. Of course, the reissue does not have the D-pad because this is not Super Mario, but the original Game & Watch ball. On the back, it says Club Nintendo, There's a little battery slot right on top. This has a rechargeable battery inside with the charging ports, of course. And of course, I have to keep this battery tab in it because this thing does run even when you're not playing it. And now we turn the unit on. So we're gonna hold this thing down, and there we are. You guys can see Mario juggling the ball, Luigi in the background, Goomba. The one thing I appreciate about this unit is how they like actually made new vector art based on the old Mario style. So we gotta press the time button according to this. Alright, so you guys can see it's ticking. You guys can use the control pad and buttons to add enemies. Press them together to flash. Sound is coming right out of over here in the speaker. So we're going to press the time, and we could change the different backgrounds that it can count on. So I'm going to put on pause/set. You guys can see it came with half a charge inside. You can control the sound, whether you want it louder or higher, brightness of the unit to how bright you want it. This is essentially the thing for the battery. We're going to set the time. It's currently PM. And judging by the time, it is 2:32 in my area. Well, it looks like for the time you can't judge it by digits, but we have to go by minutes and hours. So, yeah, and it just turned to 33. So, there we are. Time is now set. So, let us try the game. You guys can see pressing the game brings up Super Mario 1, Lost Levels, and Balls. So of course we're going to start with Super Mario. You guys can use the D-pad this time, there's no select button. Then just press the A to select the game, and in we go. So first impressions of playing on this, I obviously feel a little cramped right now because I'm right next to a tripod stand. This is definitely a very unique way to play Super Mario in 2020. Alright, change my position so I can show you guys better view. And now we're gonna do all Overworld 1 because why not? Ooh, that ain't good. So pressing the game button can switch it. You can also press this, pauses it, and then you can reset the game if you wish. So we're gonna try Super Mario The Lost Levels now. Switch between Mario or Luigi, where we will play with everyone's favorite paisano. Come on, get the mushroom. There we go. Yeah, so you guys pretty much get the point with Mario 1 and 2. We are going to set this, and now we are going to switch to ball. You can switch between either game A or game B. So you guys can see, Mario is right here. You can control him. And then if you hold down the A button on the title screen, you can play as Luigi. Considering this game is so simple, I'll reset it and I'll show you guys. So you're gonna hold down the A button, and then, come on, there we go. It's working. There you have it. You play as either Mario or Luigi in this game. So game A is where you only juggle 2 balls, but if we were to choose game B, we would be able to juggle 3, so it's more of a challenge. And honestly, I think you guys have seen enough. So, as with that, we can also reset. And now, let's go back to the time. Alright, so you can hold down the A button, from what I've heard, for a few good seconds. And then, you got the Mario drawing song. So if any of you guys ever remember this was in Flipnote Antenna from the DSi, like 10 years ago for Mario's 25th. There was like a drawing contest, and you could submit your own custom animations to be featured. You can hold down the A button again for a few seconds, because it's not just in English, but it's also in other languages, including, I believe, it's Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Japanese. Goes back to the time. There's a ton of Easter eggs on this thing. You can leave this in sleep mode with some cool images beforehand. Of course, you can press the buttons. You can add enemies all over, and simply power off. Then just hold it. And that is that. Alright, so time to compare it to the original Game & Watch that I have. I took out the battery tab, you guys can see. It's all displayed on the screen. So obviously, the biggest difference is, of course, one is in color while the other is not. This uses a monochrome technology, while this is a crystal clear color LCD display. I'm just going to put it on ball to compare. This one also has a very nice backlight. You can change the brightness if you want, but of course, battery life is depending. So overall, this is a really sleek unit. It is a super unique way to be playing Super Mario Brothers. And I honestly might take this out with me, like, more than you think. Like, it's cool that we could finally play Mario in like this really cool compact form, because for the most part, I really don't want to take my Switch out of the house because it's like a $300 unit, but this is only like $50. So it's a collector's item, but it's okay because it's cool. So if you leave the clock screen up for like a few minutes and you don't interact with it, it will automatically go into sleep mode. And there are some really unique images that happen both while you're on here and you pause the games. So now I will show those.
So first thing to note here, they are actually using the retro colors for both Mario and Luigi as well as all the enemies. So this first image basically is the default image. It will happen at like any other time, no special events are happening. It's just Mario lying on a patch of grass, got some butterflies in the background. The second image will actually appear when you are playing Super Mario 1 or the Lost Levels. Basically, it goes into sleep mode. You will see the enemies in the overworld are also going to take a little nap because, well, they're not doing anything. Aside from being the image when you first boot up the system, this image will actually show when you are playing the original Game & Watch Ball. You guys can see it's Mario in the overworld juggling the balls, Goomba and Luigi watching in the background. This fourth image will actually play between 12 and 1 p.m. Mario and Luigi remind you to take a lunch break. As you guys can see, Mario's eating some pizza, soft drink, and Luigi's having a nice sandwich with tea. This is probably my favorite image in the entire unit. And this final and last image will play between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. Bowser is sleeping in his castle and his snoring is loud enough to wake up his own minions. Overall, really nice song.
And with that said, it looks like that is it for this unboxing. If you watched all the way to this point, thanks for watching. Be sure you like, you subscribe, and ring that bell to not miss out on any future videos on my channel. Also, in the description are my social media links. Please follow me on those if you want any updates of what's happening with the channel, because I'm pretty active on there. And with that said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy gaming!